I'll tell you what, these guys are giving me more trouble today almost than they're worth. Kareem was just real unwilling to come off his cage. We had to go through a little training ritual. Yeah, don't step up, 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 step up. Now you be nice, step up. Now you be nice. You're just being way too ornery. Yeah, he was trying to strike at me and didn't want to step up and was trying to get between me and Bravo, so I couldn't even get to him to pick him up. So I guess today he's not too keen on being an internet star. But tough. He's going to be whether he wants to be or not. Yeah, he is. So anyway, come here. Step up over here. You want to sit up there? Get up on my shoulder. There you go. I just stay up there for a while. Anyway, hello. Welcome to another episode of The Bird Listener. I'm David Howell, and thank you very much for joining me. I kind of need to start out. I have a confession to make. This YouTube channel thing is completely new to me, and I just kind of feel like I'm stumbling along just barely knowing what I'm doing. But I'm here because I believe there are some stories that are worth telling, and I've got some stories that go back a lot of years. But the problem is that no matter how I try to present them, it's still just a talking head trying to do reading with feeling. That's why I have Kareem and Bravo with me, to sort of relieve the monotony. They do draw the eyes, don't they? Yes, my big boys. So, Kareem and Bravo and I truly appreciate each and every view. My goal is entertainment, but if a little bit of education or understanding or even a desire to get a bird happens to creep in, well, that's all the better. And actually, the truth is, what I have to say today is directed really at those of you who either are new and inexperienced bird owners, and also to those that may not yet even have a bird. Maybe there's a couple of you out there that drop by just to see Kareem and Bravo, and I'm just the background noise, then that's fine with me. But maybe you're thinking that, gee, I'd really like to have a bird. Well, that's a great idea. It's a great idea. I have a feeling that you imagine some cheerful little birds hopping around, little twitters and tweets and chirps coming from them for background sounds in your house with cute little bird, a cute little cage. And they come out now and then. They may sit on your shoulder or on your hand and just go around the house with you and just provide you a little bit of entertainment and certainly some antics. But they're just your little avian companion, or maybe not so little. But either way, before you jump into bird ownership, there are some issues and questions that you literally must address. Here, come on, get up on my shoulder. Regardless of the bird size, you really need to look around your environment to determine if it's going to be safe. Trust me. When you bring a bird into your home, there are a lot of things that really should go out. Basically it comes down to this. For all their hardiness, birds are very delicate creatures. They are incredibly sensitive to the environments that they're in. So the hard truth is if you truly need to make your home, which will be their entire world, safe and secure. Simply put, if you don't do this, chances are your bird's not going to survive very long. So let's start with air quality. Now birds, even these, literally breathe with their entire bodies. It's often said that their bones are hollow. Well, that's not true. They're porous. And they have an incredibly complex internal structure. They're very lightweight and much stronger than they appear. But what this means in practical terms is that when a bird takes a breath, The air goes into its lungs or air sacs, and it also goes directly into those porous bones and is distributed to the entire body immediately. So any contaminants, poisons, gases, or hazardous fumes are absorbed instantly by the bird. And then consider this. The average American home can have more toxic fumes in it than you would find in a coal mine. Now, we humans have become used to them, and we've even introduced them, a few of them ourselves, and we don't realize how much we're endangering the lives of our avian companions. Cookware, for example, non-stick cookware, regardless of its name, Teflon or any other name, is deadly to birds. Deadly. Even a slight overheating of a non-stick cooking surface releases toxic fumes. Now, we may not even notice it, but it can be instantly fatal to a bird. There's no warning, there's no treatment, the bird just dies. And it is a particularly cruel death, by the way. So bringing a bird in the front door, and I emphasize should, mean that your non-stick pots and pans are all replaced. I just got your attention, didn't I? I know that's a tall order, and it definitely can be costly. But your only viable alternative is to be hyper-vigilant and extraordinarily careful to keep your birds away, meaning completely isolated from any possible non-stick cookware fumes. Now, for example, we have one Teflon-coated pan in our house, a lot of cast iron. But I just couldn't part with the griddle that I use for pancakes and French toast and grilled cheese. So when that griddle comes out, then these guys go into another room and they're shut away until such time as we've finished up and we're certain that all the fumes are out of the air. So with proper precautions, you want up there? All right, go ahead. How about you, Baba? Would you like to come down here for a while now? Come on. Come on. Step up. Oh, step up. Attaboy. Maybe you'd like to spend a little time with me now, huh? Oh, you just want to show off your wings. But anyway, with proper precautions, we managed to keep the air in the house as non-toxic as we possibly can. But it's not just cookware. It's kind of a sad story, but some years ago, a major zoo lost some very rare and valuable exotic birds. A cold snap hit, and they put a warming lamp in one of their aviaries, and no one realized that the shield was coated with a non-stick surface, and that it would emit toxic fumes when it got hot. So after a cold night, next morning, the staff found over 20 dead birds in the aviary. That shield had heated up, and sure enough, its deadly fumes killed all the birds. Now, I've heard a lot of those stories, known people that have lost birds that way, and they all end the same way. Once exposed, there's no treatment, there's no cure, just a dead bird. But the truth is, there's a lot more hazards in the home. For example, here, we use only bird-safe candles. The ones that have wire in the wicks are toxic. There's no incense, there's no aerosols, the room sprays, no plug-ins, no perfume, and none of those fabric fresheners either. Believe me, Febreze is not good for your birds. I've also stopped using any aftershave and cologne. We use our fireplace very carefully. Basically, we look at labels and avoid anything that resembles non-stick. So the first question that you have to ask yourself, if you're considering a bird, really comes down to this. Are you willing to make the fundamental changes in your world so that it will be safe for a bird? And if the answer is no, then I encourage you to find another pet. Don't get a bird. However, if you are willing to make those modifications to your life and your lifestyle, so that you can enjoy the companionship of a bird, then good for you. Good for you. You will not regret the decision. The way I figure it is this. Regardless of the source, if it's toxic to birds, it's also toxic to me. Might be at a subclinical level, and it might take years for it to accumulate in my body. But the bottom line, the fewer toxins that I take in from fumes and sprays and vapors, the better off I am. Same for the other critters that live with us. A few less carcinogenic compounds in the home's got to be a good thing, right? Right. Anyway, more later. And speaking of later, this episode actually begins a series. There's no other way to say it. Safety is the most crucial part of bird ownership. And there are more threats to your birds right inside your home than you can probably imagine. So my next episode will look further into the real dangers to our avian companions in our homes. And please join me, especially if you are a bird owner. And as always, thank you for tuning into The Bird Listener. I'm greatly enjoying myself. I think Kareem and Bravo are too. So I hope you're finding these little vignettes helpful and perhaps interesting. So I welcome your comments, your questions, and if you're so inclined, please feel free to leave suggestions for future topics. I'll be talking to you again soon. How about you guys? You have anything to say? You say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Nothing, huh? Never works. Anyway, bye-bye.